What is going on, my YT gang? This is your boy Rio, and welcome if you are new to the channel. Now, I don't know if you guys know about it or not, but Jalen Carter is definitely going to be able to play in this upcoming game against the Kansas City Chiefs, in which I don't know how he did it, man. I really don't. It must be the football gods. Matter of fact, it gotta be the football gods. That's the only way this man got up out of this. Now, because he didn't play a single down in the Dallas Cowboys game, they went ahead and made that his suspension, in which, boy, he is lucky. But they did fine him a little over $52,000, I believe, in which this upcoming game against the Kansas City Chiefs is going to be pretty much free. He's going to be playing that game for free. But at the end of the day, man, he should be thankful that this is how it played out. Now, I know when it comes to that defense, them defensive players, his teammates, they are relieved about this. I know the defensive coordinator, he's definitely relieved about this because now they got their boy back out there on the field before they got to go up against Patrick Mahomes. And we all know when it comes to Jalen Carter, he's a problem out there on that field. He's a force to be reckoned with. We all know this. The amount of pressure that he can get on a quarterback, even with him being able to stop the run, okay? He ain't even got to put the pressure on the quarterback. His presence alone speaks volumes when it comes to this Philadelphia Eagles defense, in which it opened up so many different plays. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to the blitzes, the linebacker blitzes, or whatever the blitzes are coming from, to be able to put a good amount of pressure on the quarterback, knowing the fact that when it comes to the offense, the opposing offense, they got to really hone in on Jalen Carter and figure out how to stop him. And because of that alone, it's going to open up so much for the Philadelphia Eagles defense. So I know they're happy about that. But when it comes to Jalen Carter, my boy got to calm down. He just got to calm down. He got to chill out, man. I don't know why he act like this, man. He's been acting like this since he was in Georgia, playing with the Bulldogs. Y'all already know I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan. He been doing this ever since. And it's like, at this point, you got to grow up, okay? He just got to understand how important he is when it comes to this defense. Even if he's not a captain, I don't know if he's a captain or not for sure, but his leadership speaks volumes when it comes to this defense. And he's going to have to be that leader, especially with them losing a lot of defensive players last year. He's going to have to be that person. And I hope he understands that now. He can't afford to be out here doing crazy stuff, especially if they want to have a chance of making it to the Super Bowl again this year. He got to be that guy. He got to step up to the plate, man. Point blank period. And like I said, I hope he learned this lesson. Philadelphia, what y'all gonna do with that boy? What y'all gonna help that boy? Somebody, please, Philly, help him, please. Jesus. Because at the end of the day, man, it really bothers me because he's so talented. He is so good. And I feel like realistically, when his contract is up, he can be out here getting Michael Parsons money because he is one of the best defensive players in the NFL. Hands down. We all know that. So I hope he understands that and know that. Because if he keep going the way that he going right now, nobody going to want to deal with that. Nobody going to want to pay him. And then he's just going to be out here, man. He's just going to be out here for the streets, bro. That's all I got to say about it. But like I said, man, I do feel like the defensive coordinator, they are excited about having a guy back, especially going up against Patrick Mahomes, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game of football. Even though he had a bad game last week, we cannot count that man out. In fact, because he came out playing terrible last week, I really do feel like he going to come out with a vengeance. He going to come out with a chip on his shoulder, something to prove. So having Jalen Carter, that's going to really help out in the long run. But I want to ask y'all this question too, because I was looking at something earlier, and I want to know how y'all feel about this. Do y'all feel like the reason they went ahead and just lifted his suspension, Jalen Carter, I'm speaking on, is because they want to keep the ratings high when it comes to this upcoming game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs? All right. Now, the reason I ask is because Nick Wright over there on First Things First, he was having a whole conversation about this whole conspiracy stuff. And the reason they doing this is to keep the ratings up and stuff like that. And I wanted to get y'all input on it. Take a look at this video.
I love it. So I also think it's fine The only reason I'm saying it is, everybody just be honest with yourselves. If a Kansas City Chief had done something that was suspension borderline, and the NFL sends out a statement saying the player is suspended for week 2 and he will be playing in week 2, the conversation about it being not rigged, but you know what I mean, about the league office being in the Chiefs' pocket, or they only care about the ratings or whatever it is, would be everywhere. And I don't anticipate that's going to happen here. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you.
I think that is undeniable.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm also glad he's playing.
But I'm happy. Yeah, I'm glad he's playing. And I think it is fair. It reads worse than it actually is.
I don't know. I don't really understand why they have to announce it as a suspension. If
I think it's the only way they can take that much money from it.
The full
to take a game
check.
check.
It's like a CBA thing.
But I also
he's missing the game check for this upcoming game.
This week
so he's playing for free against the Chiefs.
He's playing for free.
I mean, I get what he's saying. I really do. When it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs, boy, and man, they got it made. They got it made. They look like the NFL team. Really, it ain't the Cowboys, it's the Kansas City Chiefs. Because if you just so happen to step on my boy Patrick Mahomes' toe, they are throwing flags. So I get it. I understand what he's talking about when it comes to the ratings, or if this was if the shoe was on the other foot and Kansas City was the one in this situation, people would definitely say it's a conspiracy. Hands down. But y'all let me know how y'all feel. Do y'all feel like it's a conspiracy? And what y'all gonna do with Jalen Carter? Please, Philadelphia Eagles fan, tell me what y'all gonna do with him. Get down in the comments below and let me know how y'all feeling about this situation. I gotta get up out of here. I love you guys. I'm gonna get at y'all on the next one.
You were gonna get tossed from the game?
I heard the ref talking, and then I heard him say, this is a tossable offense or something like that, and that's when I knew.
Did you have a conversation with Nick, and if so, what kind of message did he relay to you?
I didn't have a conversation yet. I know we're going to have that conversation. They have to focus on the game still. I don't want to distract them from the game. You know, I came in, I talked to the D-line, told them what I was seeing while I was watching the game inside. That's all.
What was it like watching the rest of the game?
It was intense for me. You know, I wanted to be out there with the guys so bad, and just to support and help, even just standing on the sideline. But you know, things went how it went. You know, we just got to move on. I've made a promise to them boys; it won't happen again.
Are you worried you might be suspended? Are you worried you might be suspended?
I get that text or that call, and by that conversation, then we'll handle it as then.
Jalen, when it happened, were you like in a fit of rage, or what was your?
No, I was calm. You know, I walked off the field calmly. I was not mad. You know, that's pretty much. I couldn't really do nothing else. You know, the ref decision is the ref decision on the situation.
You said you weren't fast. Did Dak say anything, or was there anything that just made you walk over there?
I don't know. You know, when things started to come out and you start seeing things, then we can go off that. But I don't got nothing to say about it. You know, I'm just trying to make sure the team's straight.
All right.
Yeti.